Well,
Thank you.
Golden State Warriors had their championship. And remember, I just said things will never be as good as they are right now for you? Well, the same is true for the Golden State Warriors. Never as good as it was one night in Boston in June.
Oh, Lord.
You shut up the Boston Garden crowd. They had cussed you out a week before, but you came back. You stuck it to them. Draymond, you celebrated. Draymond and Jordan Poole were cool. Nobody was saying anything negative about Klay Thompson. Steve Kerr was a genius. We weren't even thinking about James Wiseman. And now, well, let's have Steve Kerr set the atmosphere for us. Here's Steve Kerr last night.
Yep.
Sure, and that's what being the coach is about. It's not just about drawing up a play. It's about really getting to know your players, building relationships with them, trying to give them a vision that they can collectively shoot for. And clearly, I have failed at that to this point this year. And so I have to do a better job, and I've got to reach these guys, and we got to pull them together, and that's what we're going to do.
Okay, Natalie. Okay. All right, there's so many issues here. You know this team. You know this team as well as anyone, better than anyone. I'll even say it that way. Before we get into what ails the Warriors, can I tell you that's one of the cliches I just can't stand. It's like it's fake accountability. It is fake. Yeah, I'll get in front of it, but you're not really. You're saying it starts with me, but if I were to ask a follow-up question, so, all right, so you haven't won on the road because of you, Steve. You're 6-9 because of you. So how can you be better? He'd be offended. He wouldn't answer that question. Or he might start answering that question. Then he go to the PR staff and like, who's that a-hole? Like, get that. We don't want it. Like, I don't want that guy in my press conferences anymore. Because he's actually taking something I said and following up. Because we don't believe you. We don't believe you, Steve. Even if you have more people, we don't believe you. We don't believe that it's your fault because it's not. You don't believe it either. Natalie, why are we talking like this about the Golden State Warriors? And we got time, so take your time.
Yeah, I was going to say, where do you want me to begin? I definitely did some eye rolling listening to Steve, but as a Warriors fan, this is like a thing with us because like when they have, I mean, this is a more extreme circumstance, but when they have like last season, when they had like a period like they were just losing a lot of games and, you know, he'll come in like, I didn't have them ready. And we're like, oh, here we go. Like we kind of predict the quotes that are going to come from him. So, you know, I recorded actually a podcast right after the show last night. And like I kind of ranked in order the 3 top things that I believe are like really hurting the Warriors. And so
Don't give me one yet. Give me 3. Give me 3.
Give you all 3? Okay.
No. Give me number 3, then number 2, then number 1. I want to build up.
Okay. So
number 3.
Okay. And look, these are all really important. So it's not like the order is drastically far apart on them. But number 3 is the bench. It's the bench. Bench is not good. It's not good. And we talked about it yesterday on the show because you were asking about James Wiseman and why they were sending him down to the G League. And, you know,
the C-Dubs. The C-Dubs. That's supposed to make you feel better? You're going to the C-Dubs? Okay.
Look.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. Look, there's nothing, I don't think inherently that there's anything wrong with going to the G League. So let me just make that clear. It's a development league, right? And I think he has unique circumstances. We understand he didn't play a lot in college. He's been injured. Like, I mean, he's only played, I think, just over 50 games in his 3 NBA seasons, right? So I think his circumstances are unique. And I understand that most people are not going to give him the grace that I think he deserves, but I don't really have a problem with him going to the G League. There's some kind of people being disingenuous, this whole like, look, there's precedent, Jordan Poole, blah, blah, blah. Listen, Jordan Poole, when he went to the G League, probably didn't even need to go at that point. It is true that Jordan Poole struggled in his first couple of years. What's also true is that he was able to do that at a time when the Warriors weren't competing, because one of those years Klay Thompson was injured and Steph was out. So they basically were like a team that was rebuilding. They weren't technically rebuilding, but they didn't have like pressures and they weren't really trying to compete for a championship those years. And that's the kind of environment generally rookies, lottery picks go into, where they have the ability to go into a situation, make mistakes, and grow, right? So Jordan was growing and developing over those years, but he also took a leap. Like, he was putting in the work, he took a leap. And so that time when they sent him to the G League, like, he had already been playing well and showing it, but it was just like a planned, scheduled visit. Like, we're going to send you to the G League. And in that last game when he was playing, people were like, don't go, don't go. And then, like, he came back and he was on fire. So people try to turn it into this. He went to the G League and 2 weeks later he came back like a new player. And that's not what it was. I think that James Wiseman still needs a lot of work. So I don't have a problem with him going to the G League, but I think he needs a lot more development. So I'm not expecting him to go down there and a month later come back and be this new player.
Okay, but you said the bench, and part of that bench is Jordan Poole.
Yes.
So I don't know if he's not. I was going to say he's number 2. All right, so I want to get to him in a second then, but I just want to point out that if the Warriors, I will tell you this, if the Warriors want to trade Jonathan Kuminga, if they
James Wiseman,
bring him here, bring him here. I'll take him. I'll give you a good player. I'll give you a good player. I'll give you a good bench player. You want your bench to get better? I might trade you straight up Derek White for Jonathan Kuminga. Straight up. You can have Derek White. You want Derek White? Had a good game last night. Derek White, good defender, young player, good contract. Man.
The Warriors don't want to trade him. They don't.
I know. That's Steve. See, that's on Steve Kerr. That's his fault. You know, you didn't get him ready. That's your fault. Put Jonathan Kuminga in positions to be successful. The fact
James
that they haven't done that, I am going to put that on, not Wiseman, Kuminga
now. Okay.
Kuminga. So I'm already, Wiseman's already with the C-Dubs, so I'm already over him.
Okay.
Okay. Number 2 pick went to the G League, and that's okay, I guess. Mm-hmm. I'm over him. Okay. But now I'm saying if the bench is number 3 on Natalie's list,
yeah,
and Kuminga's on the bench, well, give him some more run, more consistency, define his role for him better, and maybe get more production. But get to number 2, Jordan Poole. What's the Jordan Poole issue? Are we talking about beef with Draymond still, or what? What's the problem?
No, so and it's it's a 2-part. It's Jordan Poole and Klay Thompson. So I put those 2 together because
I like it.
They're 2.
Here we go.
They're 2 of the main guys, right? They're 2 of your main guys. It's Steph. And when I say that, because we know Draymond is a main guy, but for purposes of their offense, it's Steph. Klay and Jordan are really supposed to be your second and third options on any given night. And Andrew Wiggins is supposed to be your 4th option. But right now, Andrew Wiggins is their second best player. And that's fine
All-star
because
player.
He's playing well. He's playing well.
He was All-Star last year. Great NBA Finals.
But here's the thing. And he was their second best player in the finals. But Andrew Wiggins took a pay cut to stay with the Warriors. He's making less than Klay Thompson and less than Jordan Poole. They have to do more. They have to do better. And they're not doing their part right now. So it's a problem. And like that's not all that ails them. So, but having those 2 be consistent and show up and do what you expect them to do on a nightly basis would go a long way in the Warriors looking like the team that we recognize.
We talked about this a bit yesterday. And before we get to your number 1, mention Klay Thompson going to the bench and how that might be a problem because if Klay Thompson is not, and not because of, he's just too proud and you can't do that to Klay Thompson. Sure you can. The problem is what kind of production you're going to get from Klay Thompson coming off the bench if he's not even doing well with Steph Curry on the floor and with Draymond on the floor, making things easier for him, opening up lanes for him, creating spacing for him. Then what's he going to do with the second unit? But how do you feel about Klay Thompson and Jordan Poole kind of switching roles? Poole to the starting lineup, Klay to the bench.
Yeah, no, one of the rare times I agree 100% with Vinny, but he was spot on. And I've
the rare times.
Yeah, we don't see eye to eye all the time, but
no, we got somebody you don't see eye to eye with. He's going to be on the show tomorrow.
No, I mean, look, Vincent is great and obviously has great, like, obviously he knows the league better than me, but just, we don't always, especially when it comes to the Warriors, he thinks I'm biased, and that's understandable. I'm a fan of the team, so of course I have some bias, right?
Yeah, okay.
But he was spot on, right? Like, everyone talks about, like, Jordan starting in terms of Jordan getting better and how he'll perform. And I think there's this assumption that Klay can go to the bench and still be the same, right? Because people talk about, like, Jordan, he gets the benefit of, like, playing next to Steph, but Klay gets that same benefit. Every player gets that same benefit. Kevin Durant got that same benefit when he was there. And if you put Klay into the second unit, it might actually look worse because Klay is not a shot creator. He is not a playmaker. There's a skill set that Jordan has that Klay doesn't that makes him valuable in a different way than Klay Thompson. And Klay, I think, would actually struggle more, especially at this stage right now, how he's struggling with that bench unit. So it would not be good, I don't think.
All right. Well, here it is. The number one reason that the Warriors, last year's NBA champions, the team that had it all together, they had a beautiful mix of veteran championship talent with young, dynamic, emerging talent. They all together, they all celebrated. Oh man, this is the model for how you do it, how you win right now and build for the future. Number one reason they're in this position where they're 6-9 and struggling on the road is
the cliche, defense wins championships, right? And their defense wins championships, and their defense is non-existent. Listen, up until maybe last night's game, the defense among the starting group had still been, for the most part, like if you just looked at the defensive rating when the starting group was playing, it was pretty good. And you were like more focused on the bench. But like last night, like no one showed up to help Steph last night except Andrew Wiggins maybe in the second half. He got into some early foul trouble. I mean, Dre, you rely on him to be a defensive leader and to be the voice. Yeah. And you cannot help but wonder, did what happened in the offseason affect his ability to lead, right? And like, are the voices in the locker room listening to him? I don't know, but you have to question that because you rely on him. Like, typically Draymond is a walking top 10 defense. Like, just having him on the team does that. And he's not having that impact alone right now. Like, the rest of the team isn't. Kevon Looney's still a good defender. Andrew Wiggins is still a good defender. Steph is even a good defender. Right now, they're attacking Klay out there. They're not even targeting Steph on the court, right? Okay. But it's the defense, and it's mostly the bench, Jordan Poole, and it's the bench, it's the front court. They need to shore up the bench front court because they don't have a defensive anchor. Dante can cover for Poole now that he's back and he's a solid defender, but they need someone who's going to come in there and defend. It could be Kuminga, but I think they need someone else.
Now, I hope that we don't get to this point. I haven't received one of these emails in a long time, but every now and then you get one of these emails from the bosses, and it's somebody has done something. Somebody has done something that's foul, right? And they send out these emails. All staff, dear staff, to the staff, we have got to do a better job with not eating in the studio. We got to do a better job of like I wasn't eating in the studio. And you're like, hey, were you eating in the studio? No, I wasn't eating in the studio. Hey, were you eating in the studio? No, I wasn't. And these big statements, and it's for one or two people. But like, listen, don't send me don't clog up. I got too many emails anyway. I got too many. Right now, I got about 7,000 emails. No exaggeration.
I believe
got about 7,000 emails in Gmail. 7,000.
Oh, I
now,
beat
some
you.
of them just like,
I beat you.
Some of them's trash. You're right. Some of them's just like, you go to a store, hey, would you like a paper copy? No, I'm trying to save the environment. Okay, we'll email you. Oh, okay, here we go. Now you're not going to email me just my receipt. You're going to email me for the next 2 years until I unsubscribe. I got to harass you to stop harassing me. But a bunch of emails. I already got a bunch. I don't need some unnecessary email from you when you should have just sent that directly. And I bring that back to Steve Kerr. We lack grit. Oh, do we? You already mentioned. Does Steph lack grit? I don't think so. Does Andrew Wiggins lack grit? I don't think he does. Kevon Looney's like, yo, man, I don't even shoot. I don't shoot. I just set picks and rebound all day. I've sacrificed everything. People don't even think I know how to, like, lift the ball toward a basket. Do I lack grit? Really? So if it is his fault, if he's identified the gritless, if I may, if he's identified the gritless, and he won't call him out, or he won't do something about it, tweak the lineup, you know, maybe you just got to maybe you got to put Clay on the bench, but not bring him off the bench. Maybe you got to sit him for a long time.
Yeah. We talked about that a little bit.
And it doesn't mean
too.
You don't love him.
Yeah.
You know, this is a bit. We always talk about it's entertainment and it's a business, but then when you've been around for a long time, we start to personalize it a little too much, and maybe Clay is one. Maybe I'm saying maybe is one of those people who's taking business things personally. It's not personal, Clay. We love you. I'm not a Warriors fan. I love him. I appreciate what he's done, but I mean, if he's not performing, isn't he making like $40 million a year?
Yeah.
Isn't that $40 million?
A lot. Yeah. A lot.
Hey, you're making a lot of money and you're not performing. You may have to sit down. And anybody else who's in that category may have to do it. But
he calls out Clay a little bit in a very nice way. He's like, we're going to do our part to get, however he phrased it, like Clay. So, I mean, he's letting us know it's on his radar, but it was very soft language.
Oh, no, that's not a call out. You know, has so much, he's such a professional. He works so hard and came back from those. We know we did. We know we did, but we moved on. Let me ask you real quick before we put the music on and bring in our girl Ashley Nicole Moss in a couple of minutes. Do you think the Warriors are going to go back to the NBA Finals? Let's just project. We're talking about problems right now. Do you think they're back to the NBA Finals? Would you bet against them?
I would not bet against them, but they have to fix things soon. Something has to change. Look, they could have a little Cinderella story like Boston, right? I mean, you guys didn't turn it around until, you know, basically
deep.
January.
It was deep.
Right? So
February.
Yeah. So
it was late.
So, I mean, and like it's the Warriors, they're proven champions. So no, I'm not betting against them. But right now, the West is in a place. It's sort of like the East last year. The West is in a place where no team has really created separation. And so they can't let themselves get too far back, right? And so some kind of change has to happen. You have to at least have a winning record. They're 3 games below 500 right now.
Yeah, well, 3 games below 500, that's perfect because you mentioned Boston. After 39 games last year, Boston was 18-21. Number 11 in the Eastern Conference, not even in the play-in conversation, out of the playoffs. After 39 games, it's pretty much half the season, right?
Right.
And then things happened. They went on a run. So maybe the Warriors need to hire Ime Udoka. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no. No, thank you.
I'm just playing. Like, you know, I start the music before I get in trouble. All right.
You're too much.
We got Ashley Nicole Moss. Ashley Nicole Moss is coming up next. Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.